Look at this fucking muppet. He is using a fucking leaf blower to blow the leaves off the pavement when it's fucking 80 mile an hour winds. What an absolute fucking plum.
Oh my god, trampoline! Trampoline!
Oh yeah, Pat.
Oh my god.
You fucking wanky! What did you do that for? Kevin. What was that for? What was that? You're a dick. A fucking wank. Ah.
Thanks, Jiver.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Jiver.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So we just watched Kevin Bridges try to buy a horse, or he bought a horse. And that was
Accidentally
funny.
bought a horse.
Yeah. So we thought we'd
Yes.
do this clip just because
We're now in the mood for Kevin Bridges.
we're in the mood for Kevin Bridges and that thick Scottish accent.
But it's so cute.
Yes. Speak slow for us Canadians, will you?
Please.
Eh? All right. So he's talking about 90s house parties.
Oh, God. Those were like when my kids were having house parties.
What about 80s house parties? Okay.
Jeez.
Moments that shape you as a person. I don't really know if I can reminisce about much at 23 years old, but I like to reminisce about the 90s, the good old days. Back when it was just the PlayStation 2 and stuff like that.
That's right.
Remember when you get your first taste of independence, when word had spread in your school that somebody's mum and dad were going away for the weekend, and that the guy or girl were having a party. They never knew they were having a party.
That's right.
Perhaps having is the wrong choice of word. They were getting a party. I don't mean the kind of high school parties that you see in American movies. Hey, do you guys know Chad Hogan?
That's good.
Yeah, of course, man. Everybody knows Chad Hogan, man. Chad Hogan's mom and dad are going away to Long Island for the weekend, man. There's a party at Chad Hogan's mom and dad's. Yeah, woo! Spring break, yeah! Chad Hogan's parties are awesome, man. Woo! Then it shows you Chad Hogan's party. Chad Hogan's booked a band for his living room. Great party, Chad. Woo, yeah. Let's go get some dip and chip. Woo. Everybody's nodding to the music with these plastic cups of beer that nobody knows who brought them. Just, whoa, yeah. Woo. It's not the kind of parties we had. We never had that kind of parties. We never had spring break. We had the Easter holidays.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, it was called an empty. An empty.
Empty home, or does empty mean something else?
It derives from, we've got an empty house.
Yeah.
We've got an empty.
Empty house.
The house is empty. It's an empty. Now, you never had spring break. Chad Hogan or bands at an empty. An empty was a far more tense affair. Somebody's furious cousin would disrupt the ambience by announcing that he'd purchased 12 cans, drank 2, gave 1 away, but there's only 7 left. Turn that down. I've got a can fee. Fucking turn that down. Somebody else in the corner just trying on people's jackets.
Just throw them all on the
Do you think
bed.
this one suits me? Not even asking, does it fit me? Does it suit me? Well, the guy's a petty criminal, but you need to look your best, don't you? The same guy that's leaving the house at the end of the night holding a microwave. I think you'll find I brought this with me.
Yeah, I brought it in, you know.
Yeah.
And I do not care for the accusation. I mean, why would I steal a microwave? A 35-year-old guy that nobody knew in the corner, smoking dope and blowing into a Labrador's face.
They don't do that in our house.
That is pretty much parties these days, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
An intelligent dog as well,
Yeah,
when it's
in those
sitting there
days,
frazzled. And empty. Good times and empty.
And empty.
I seen a headline about a mental party. It was obviously a tragic event, but it was pretty funny. A headline, it said, "Women drugged, beaten, tied up and left for dead at neighbour's party."
Somebody just went, woo.
So surely that can no longer be referred to as a party.
You think?
I have been in attendance at some pretty wild gaffes. But when a woman has been drugged, beaten, tied up, I better get a taxi. Huh? That's the cutest stop dishing at nibbles. Well, a lot of violent crime, that's been in the news quite a lot. A lot of violent crime, knife crime, gun crime, stuff like that. I don't really know the solution is. There's calls for tougher sentences. I think we need more consistent sentences. You know, for example, the crime attempted murder. It carries a 6 or 7 year jail sentence, whereas murder carries a life sentence. Now, why should that be different? Right? You still tried it. Attempted. You tried to kill somebody. You weren't very good at it. It was by no means your forte. And I don't think we should get a lesser sentence. In my opinion, you should get double the sentence for making an arse of it. When you get police officers to travel around schools to give talks to kids about knife crime, at the end of the talks they give the kid a sticker that says Dennis the Menace or something like that. Dennis the Menace says no to knives. I don't mean to be cynical here, but if you wore a Dennis the Menace says no to knife sticker at school, there's a good chance you'd get stabbed.
It's true.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
I think the start would be to close the shops that sell violent weapons. Now you get these sports shops that sell crossbows to alcoholics. Not these places. And sports shops that sell 3,000 baseball bats every year, but have never sold a baseball.
Kind of makes sense.
Or the Easterhouse Red Sox. I've not had a game in a while, but we're still selling them equipment. They must have a pretty hectic pre-season schedule booked. I was in one of these places doing a bit of research, and the only security measure if you want to buy something that could be construed as a violent weapon is you need to fill in a form leaving your name and address, so if anything happens you can be easily traced for questioning. Now that's the theory. But what's self-respecting nutcase buying a weapon with a view to committing a heinous felony would leave their real name and address? I picture some police investigation team going through the book and say, "Excuse me, shop owner. Says here you sold a samurai sword to Bert and Ernie. From 24 Sesame Street."
Makes sense.
And some new guy cop had maybe sent him on a wild goose chase somewhere. Sesame Street not showing up on the sat-nav. Sliding down the window for directions. Going, "Excuse me. Excuse me, mate. Sorry, excuse me. Can you tell me
How to get to Sesame Street?
how to get to Sesame? That's a fucking wind-up, man.
He just realizes that.
I used to watch a programme called Get Your Own Back.
Never heard of it.
Big show in the 90s. I'll explain the premise of the show to the more mature audience members. It was hosted by a guy called Dave Benson Phillips. Big Dave, as you can see, our fanny magnet. Right, Dave Benson Phillips.
Oh, okay. That's that.
Oh, that's that. Okay.
Yeah.
There must be more to it.
Well, yeah. It's.
That's
I
not
think it's a
fine.
whole routine, like a
Oh,
whole.
shit. Okay, that was good.
What's
that
some
was
more of
good.
that?
Yeah, he's quite funny. He's a great little teller, like a little storyteller.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and he's just. I'm able to understand him just enough. Like he's got a very thick Scottish accent.
I have to focus at times, but most of the time I understand him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even like Bert and Ernie was like hard to get, almost like the way he
Oh,
said
really?
bit and then he.
Oh no, I got that.
No, I got
that part.
it, but it was like.
Took a second to click in, and yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, it's good.
it's only because here in Canada we don't have accents. Eh?
We don't notice any accents.
We don't
unless-
have an accent here in Canada. You guys all have
unless
accents.
somebody's like really French.
Ours is normal, eh?
E. Motherfucker.
We
Oh,
don't
God.
we don't have an accent here in Canada. Eh?
No, we don't.
When we go out and about and we do things that are for sure, Canadian, eh? We make sure everybody understands the accent, eh? Which is no accent.
We better get some snow soon, eh? We need to do some house repairs.
The igloo walls are getting a little thin.
We need to pack down the snow.
Yes. Get some food for the dog sled.
Some whale blubber for food for the dog sled. You mean the dogs, right?
The dogs that pull the dog sled. Okay.
Anyways,
Fuck, I'm getting
fuck.
fucked. Well, all right, on to the next
Ah,
one. We're
yes.
recording a whole night of videos, so before Jenny comes back tomorrow. So
She's back from her trip.
yeah,
And then there's only 3 weeks for Christmas,
it'll
so
be
it's about
fucking chaos for 2 days.
decorating and shopping.
All right, we'll see you next time on the
Yay.
Brad and Lucy Show.
Let's go.
Ambulance is just coming.